Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Thursday, January 8, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, Chamber opposes smart buyout without proper consultation and safeguards. Property tax has increased across the board in Belize City. Victim of fatal Belmopan attempted robbery had been robbed before. And PSU president says securing tenure for ombudsman requires advocacy from Belizeans. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or *100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
Still like one dream, because I say at the age of 63, I can say I own my own house. I can honestly say, and it get me weak. Before this, I was living on the mobile home, right? And then after a while, it started to go in and start to lock up and things.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, I give up. I used to cry and like time I said, Lord, please. And there comes Miss Mar. They always say, if you're not serious about something, don't pray for it. Don't pray about it. And I ask my God, please lead the Good Samaritan to me.
The housing program of the government of Belize, which is administered through the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, is definitely, without question, one of the best programs our government has to offer, providing an opportunity for Belizeans who are in need to own their own home. And so I'm very, very happy for Ms. Beverly Harris and her family. She has been asking for support and help with her home for a long time. And I'm very, very glad that with the kind support of the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, that we were able to get this done for her.
I'm thankful. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give 20. I love it. I love it.
As the year comes to a close, let's reflect on a year defined by progress, resilience, and a commitment to people. Throughout 2025, the Belize City Council remained focused on delivering tangible results while laying the groundwork for a smarter, safer, and more resilient city. This year, physical infrastructure remained a cornerstone of our work. A total of 17,437 linear feet of street were successfully rehabilitated using chip and seal or concrete construction, improving access and mobility across neighborhoods. In addition, a total of 350 manhole covers were replaced. Our sanitation and drainage efforts have also been intensified. This year, our team recorded 94,229 linear feet of drains dug and cleaned, strengthening flood mitigation and public health outcomes. To better serve residents, our fleet capacity expanded significantly. This year saw the addition of 5 electric pickup trucks, 7 diesel pickups, and 3 utility trucks, enhancing service delivery to our residents. The council also received a second garbage compactor truck, generously donated by the government of Japan, joining the first compactor previously donated. A third compactor was purchased to further strengthen night crew operations and our fight against garbage hotspots. As part of our broader smart city initiatives to improve traffic management and pedestrian safety, new traffic light systems were installed at the intersection of Vernon Street and East Colette Canal and corner King and Regent Streets, bringing the city's total to 9 systems. We continued our city beautification efforts and, in collaboration with the Belize Tourism Board, planted 10 royal palms at Battlefield Park. Our commitment to social infrastructure continues to translate into meaningful community impact. As part of our community wellness efforts, we delivered more free health clinics and health fairs, supported initiatives like the Autism Walk and World AIDS Day, and co-hosted sporting events like the 2025 Belize City Half Marathon and the annual triathlon. Once again, we proudly hosted the 8th annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony featuring the Francis Renault Christmas Concert Series, reaffirming our dedication to tradition, culture, and shared community moments. Local economic activity grew through our downtown super sales, continuation of the Mahogany Street Marketplace initiative, and new community events, creating opportunities for over 120 small businesses and local entrepreneurs. One of those new events is the Midweek Wine Down Series, a fresh way for residents to connect, network, and unwind. Our property tax incentive program offered meaningful financial relief with structured discounts throughout the first quarter and a 35% discount for senior citizens year-round. Youth development continued to expand in both reach and impact. The Mayor for a Day initiative provided mentorship and leadership exposure, while targeted programs such as Mengage, Lead Hership, the Youth Connect Summer Blast, Pee Wee Basketball League, and Math and English summer programs welcomed hundreds of young people. Additionally, our second student hub was launched, marking another milestone and manifesto promise, while the first hub continues to serve students daily. Smart City initiatives accelerated throughout the year. We successfully launched e-ridership cards and our e-taxi service with 4 electric vehicles, which have served over 5,000 passengers, and celebrated the first anniversary of the e-bus service, which has served over 250,000 passengers. On the global stage, Belize City was invited to engage with leading urban innovators at the Smart City Summit and Expo in Taiwan, the Smart City Expo World Congress in Spain, and C40 World Mayors Summit in Brazil, where the Council's e-mobility project was named a finalist under the Clean, Reliable Transportation category for the 2025 Local Leaders Awards. At the same time, the Council continued to strengthen local, regional, and international partnerships. Through Mayor Wagner's intervention at the European Parliament in Belgium, Belize City helped reinforce the importance of decentralized cooperation, where cities and national governments work alongside international partners to meet local needs. The impending reconstruction of the Belcan Bridge and the Swing Bridge demonstrates how international partnerships can directly support communities at the local level. Through CIMO, the Council signed on to the UNDRR's Making Cities Resilient 2030 initiative and hosted 2 workshops under the program, strengthening our preparedness and resilience for the future. Progress on the floating boardwalk project continued with feasibility reaffirmed in November, bringing this transformative vision closer to reality. Looking ahead, our focus remains on strategic infrastructure development, expanding digital access and services, advancing the floating boardwalk and Yabra Fish Market revitalization, and continuing to grow our e-bus fleet. On behalf of Mayor Wagner, the City Councilors, and our entire Belize City Council family, we thank you for your trust, your engagement, and your belief in what we can achieve together. Here's to continued progress in 2026. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, BCCI, today issued a statement on the persistent reports of Belize Telemedia Limited potentially acquiring SpeedNet Smart. The Chamber called for proper consultation prior to any such move and pointed to a lack of information and transparency. In such circumstances, the BCCI says it cannot, in good conscience, support Smart's acquisition by BTL. The Chamber has called for robust safeguards to be put in place and says this can be done via the proper legislative framework. Here's Chamber President Giacomo Sanchez speaking during a press conference today.
Remember that we're not opposing necessarily the transaction overall, but it's just within its current structure as we understand it, that we believe that there needs to be sufficient guardrails to ensure that the flipping of BTL in whatever in whatever fashion that it exists keeps from recurring in the future. We're saying to the government, at least put the proper safeguards in place, whereby we are ensuring that we don't have issues with unfair competition, impact on the consumer. That we don't go back to the earlier days of BTL when there were issues having to do with monopolistic type behavior and impact on pricing.
Do you consider that that BTL could actually make the purchase without telling the people anything and just come afterwards and publicize it?
If you examine how our system is structured, there's nothing preventing, in this instance, the buyer and seller from engaging and proceeding with this transaction. At least what we're doing from a chamber standpoint is to putting on record some of what the implications of what we see coming should certain actions not be taken. So, I mean, that's the short answer to that question.
So then, based on that response, we would not see any legislation at all?
We can only be hopeful.
There are concerns being expressed by property owners in Belize City that property tax has increased across the board. Belize City Council officials have explained that every 5 years they conduct a review of the tax roll. This results in adjustments regarding the 30,000 plus survey properties in the municipality. That review takes into consideration factors like inflation and market value. The quinquennial assessment conducted in 2018 resulted in a 38% variance to be applied. However, the incoming council did not implement it. The same occurred with the 28% variance recommended in a 2022 assessment. Therefore, the valuation that has been in effect the entire time dates back to 2013. Council officials are now saying the latest valuation needs to be implemented. Though officials note that the assessment is now closer to 50%, the council has decided only on an 18% increase. They say if you take advantage of current discounts, then the figure drastically reduces. On Wednesday, we asked Area Rep Honorable Francis Fonseca if property owners in his division of Freetown are complaining of increases both for property tax and what is the case with the new trade license regime.
Obviously, any change, brings with it concerns. So yes, I think people in the business community, I know it in my own area, Freetown, where we have a lot of businesses. People are concerned. So, I certainly have encouraged the Belize City Council and the mayor to engage more meaningfully. I think they have to have more meetings to discuss what is taking place and the rationale and justification for these changes and measures. So yes, people are concerned about the changes, the adjustments, both in terms of trade licenses and property tax. I think in the case of trade licenses, I think that has been put on pause. I don't know for how long, but I think that has been put on pause by the Ministry of Local Government. So they're working with the municipalities to address that matter. But I think, yes, property taxes, I think, have come into effect already.
As we reported Wednesday, 55-year-old Caribbean chicken truck driver and salesperson Mark Anthony Gabriel was fatally shot in an attempted robbery in Belmopan late Wednesday afternoon. Today, police confirmed that Gabriel was accompanied by a 15-year-old assistant who fled the scene following the shooting and was unhurt. According to the initial investigation, two male persons on a Milliam motorcycle rode in front of the truck, after which the passenger fired several shots towards the truck, hitting Gabriel in the process. The driver of the motorcycle then attempted to open the door of the truck but was unsuccessful. The man then fled the scene. ASP Stacy Smith this evening told the media that police have since detained multiple persons for questioning.
On the arrival of police, they observed a male person who was later identified to be Mr. Gabriel, whose body exhibited gunshot wounds. What the investigation has so far revealed is that Mr. Gabriel was doing a delivery at that establishment, and upon leaving that premise, a motorcycle which was transporting two persons collided into the truck of Mr. Gabriel, and thereafter the passenger that was on board that motorcycle fired 3 shots, one of which struck Mr. Gabriel, causing his untimely demise. So far in this investigation, police have made some progress. There are persons in detention, and as more information is gathered, that will be shared with the public. The individuals who were on the cycle, they wore helmet and they were covered with long sleeve clothing when this incident occurred.
Today, the manager of the Belmopan branch of Caribbean Chicken, Jose Navarro, told the media that drivers are allowed to carry firearms, but Gabriel opted not to carry a gun. He said Gabriel's murder has hit the staff very hard.
Mr. Mark Gabriel was a really responsible person, a person that I could depend on every area of the work, and he was very responsible. For the time that he worked with us, sadly he went to be with the Lord, but nevertheless he was very, very responsible.
How long was he working here?
He was working approximately about 2 3/4 years, going for 3 years.
As a truck driver, correct?
As a truck driver, as a salesperson. For me as manager, I very often tell them, cash and truck have no value beside your life. Whatever they want to take, just give it in, make them take it. And Mr. Mark was one of that person that he had that in himself, and that he often tell me, boss, if I have to give everything, I tell her, give everything. And he sadly come to the point that they never request money, they just shoot. And very, very sad. I mean, for us, as a company and as a group of, as a team, you really touch me hard, and in the sense that, he was very responsible.
I know some companies have their drivers travel with licensed firearms. Is that one of the protocols that you guys follow as well?
We don't discourage any drivers from having their firearm. If they would have it, we don't discourage them. But some choose not to have firearm with themselves, so that's up to them.
Gabriel's sister, Fiona Jones, said he had sole custody of his daughters, who will now live with her. She said she had warned him about the dangers of his job, but he was dedicated to his work.
This happened to him sometime last year. He did get held up somewhere in Tigertown, and fortunately, nothing happened at that time. I think they did rob like $600 from him, and every single day I would tell Mark, quit that job, get a different job, go to a call center or whatever is easier. But he was really passionate about that job. He really loved it. He was an exemplary employee. He would go to work at 5:30, and he would be the last to leave. So he was a really, really dedicated employee.
What do you remember him telling you when you brought up security concern?
No, he would never. He can't. His clients depended on his customers. Depended on him so much, and he was so reliable that he could not let them down. So that was he really loved his job, and I feel like my brother died a hero, because when you love what you're doing every day, it doesn't feel like a job. Well, my brother had sole custody of his girls, and he was an exemplary dad. He would take off his last shirt for them. He was very proud of them, and he worked tirelessly to make sure that they had everything they needed. So I know that it's gonna be hard for all of us, because it's a change for everyone, and I'm assuming that they're gonna have to come live with me now. So it will be a change for everyone.
His daughters are still teens? What's their age?
They are 18 and 19.
Attorney Arthur Saldivar, who was a friend of Gabriel, said that targeting delivery drivers is now a full-blown epidemic. According to Saldivar, the fault lies in the fact that the people no longer fully trust the police, and criminals have taken advantage.
Gabriel was, to me, a lifelong friend, and he was one of those persons in the community that always lend a helping hand, especially to those less fortunate. He grew up a life of privilege. His father had a big business, and despite that, he was very humble. And later in life, he became a delivery truck driver. But we are seeing that they are obviously being targeted, persons in that particular line of work. At one point, we would have expected these things to happen simply around the Christmas season. It was like that's the normal time for these trucks to have been hijacked, but it really never resulted in, it was rare that it resulted in death. Now it seems that death is the norm. This is a full-blown epidemic of violence now that has to be arrested. We're on the street where I understand the assailant made his escape, Garber Creek Street. And a number of persons on this street have surveillance cameras. So we are hoping that those who would have captured the movement of the motorcycle with the persons who are on it would surrender that footage to the police, and also make it available to the public so that the public can be a part of this investigation and assist the police in finding who actually did this. Part of it has to do with the inconsistency of law enforcement, the double standard that's taking place there. So there has to be a tightening of the discipline in the police department. There's got to be greater accountability. And there has to be investment in investigative capacity, because it appears as if, as a result of the disconnect between the police and the public, there is this unspoken appreciation that if you get far enough away quick enough, chances of being apprehended or found out is limited.
Asked to weigh in on the non-renewal of the contract of the Ombudsman, retired Major Gilbert Suazo, Public Service Union President Dean Flowers said if the Belizean public wants security of tenure for that office, they need to advocate and possibly mobilize for it.
In terms of the non-renewal, it's difficult to challenge because the reality is that he had a contract. He had a contract, it expired, and the employer has the right to determine that. Now, if the Belizean people wants the constitution or the law to change, and so for all those who are well known for utilizing their phone screen to express their expert opinions, organize, lead a protest. I'll be out there demanding change in the legislation that any future ombudsman that is appointed is guaranteed some form of security of tenure. And we get the thing changed, but just making meaningless commentaries on social media for the most part, and in our little private circles won't change the broken system. Hold your government accountable. Plan Belize 1.2 remains a document that is far from complete where good governance is concerned. Not a single piece of meaningful piece of legislation in terms of implementation of a meaningful piece of legislation has occurred.
After the break, Fonseca says Ombudsman's contract renewal not automatic. Stay with us.
When Shell V-Power flows through your engine, confidence flows through you. Choose the fuel that 100% cleans critical engine parts and keeps your engine performing like new.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. We continue to serve you.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
On Wednesday, we asked Cabinet Minister Francis Fonseca to weigh in on the non-renewal of the contract of former Ombudsman Gilbert Swazo and the fact that there appears to be no succession plan. He affirmed that there is no obligation on the part of the government to renew the contract.
I don't know where, people came to the conclusion that these things are automatically renewed. I don't know where that came from. Why is it that, you have the honor and privilege of serving as the ombudsman for 4 years or I don't know the term. The ombudsman is a man, a good friend of mine. I like him, I respect him. But none of us have any right to any position. He served, I think he served well, and he did his job. So I think the government's view was, he did his job. It's time to get someone else to carry out that function. I don't see that there's any obligation to renew a contract.
But now the office remains empty because there's no succession plan in place.
Man, please, I know you're young, but you seem to, just check with Jules. You remember under the UDP administration, we didn't have an ombudsman, I think, for 2 years. 2 years. We didn't have an integrity commission for 2 or 3 years. We didn't have a contractor general for years. We seem to have forgotten these things. An ombudsman will be appointed very shortly. We've had the Christmas break. His contract came to an end the end of December. It's the 7th of January. It's been 1 week that we don't have an ombudsman. I can assure you that probably before the end of the month, we will have an ombudsman in place. That should not be an issue.
As former AG, the ombudsman, now former, took issue with the fact that it was the cabinet secretary who notified him. Didn't explicitly say the contract would not be renewed, but the fact that when he is hired, there has to be approval from the National Assembly. And it wasn't anyone from National Assembly saying, okay, we're not a renewal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can't comment on the technicalities of it. I don't know why it was done that way. But as I keep saying, the contract came to an end. He knew his contract would expire on December 31st. And I think the letter reflected that your contract has ended. We thank you for your service and we wish you well. There's no obligation to renew the contract.
Following last year, December's constructive meeting between the Financial Secretary, Joseph Waite, and the Public Service Union in representation of employees of the Police Tax Service regarding the transition to the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, SARA, there now appears to be division over transparency, consultation, and the scope of union involvement. At the meeting, there were commitments that the union would be consulted on the development and implementation of the SARA once the content of the necessary documents has been drafted. On December 18, the Financial Secretary wrote the PSU outlining that discussions will be restricted to implementation matters directly affecting employment and not the policy decision itself, since the government has already decided on the transition. As it relates to the circulation of related documents to the PSU, Waite clarified that internal working papers, technical advisory reports, and draft analysis prepared for government's consideration are not subject to external circulation. Only the draft legislation transition frameworks and employee-related policies will be shared once those are developed. The PSU has written back to Wait, expressing concern about the latest dismissive, restrictive posture. According to Flowers, the letter seeks to unilaterally redefine the terms of engagement agreed at the December 30 meeting. Here's what he had to say in an interview.
We are also looking forward to seeing how best we can address the situation at the Belize Tax Services Department, which continues to be a live issue for the PSU. It continues to be an issue that we believe the government of Belize has not justified, and quite frankly do not believe that they have to justify such decisions to the Belizean people when in fact they are the servants of the Belizean people. I can tell you that shortly you will hear of a very strong response that we will shortly issue to the Ministry of Finance in regards to a letter in which the government, through the financial secretary, would have explicitly said to the union, we don't explain anything to you all, and you all have the right to question, or you all have the right to look after employees' welfare. But when cabinet meets and makes policy decision, you sit like a good child and you take that like every other citizen of this country, and we will try to emulate the characteristics of Donald Trump. That is in essence my takeaway from that letter sent to us right prior to the Christmas holiday.
The National Bus Company was to be operational by the beginning of this year. However, there have been delays. Chester Williams, CEO in the Ministry of Transport, provided an update this week.
We have gone through the auditing process where all the operators who had agreed to be a part of the process to be audited, the auditors have completed their audit. We have brought in the operators individually, presented to them the audited report of their company so they see what their company value is. Following that, they were given one of three options. Option one, let's say hypothetically their company is valued at $250,000. They can say, I don't want to do nothing more with bus operations. I want to be out. So what will happen then is that they'll be paid off. And whatever asset that they have as a part of their bus operation then becomes the property of the national company. So they'll be paid off and they go about their business. Option two, they can say, okay, of the $250,000 my company value, I want $125,000 cash out, and the other $125,000 I will invest in the new company in buying shares. So they become a shareholder of the new company. Or option three, they can have a hybrid, and they can say, okay, of the $250,000 that I have in the company, the option three would be they can say, of the $250,000 I have in the company, I will invest all of that into the new company. So take my entire $250,000 and use it. I will buy shares in a new company. So that's the third option. Majority of the operators who were audited agreed to continue to be a part of the new company. In other words, they chose either the hybrid option or the other option where they take all their shares and all the value and buy shares into the new company. So we are there now, and it is our hope that by mid-year, this year, we should be able to probably take over the industry operating under the new company. And yes, those operators who chose not to be a part of the company will be allowed, as we have said before, to continue to operate alongside the new company. So there is nothing that is going to be done to impede them from continuing the operations as bus companies.
According to Williams, some operators are buying out others. Belize City came alive on November 17 as Cramandala hosted its inaugural Puntatopia concert. Few may know that the media house partnered with the National Garifuna Council's Belize City branch to deliver the hugely successful event. Today, Cremandala kept its commitment by presenting part of the proceeds to the branch. Alexi Balal has this story.
Punta rhythms and Garifuna flavors filled the air at Cremandala's inaugural Punta Topia concert on November 17 in Belize City. The event not only showcased authentic Garifuna music and cuisine with some of the genre's greats, but also provided Cremandala with a meaningful opportunity to give back to the community. The National Garifuna Council's Belize City branch assisted in organizing the event, and in turn, Cremandala today presented a check to the branch to support its work in cultural preservation and community initiatives.
I had reached out to Rafael Martinez, who is the past president, and he was more than willing for us to work together. Now, we had agreed that a portion of the ticket sales would be donated to the NGC Belize City branch following the event to help them, as Dr. Estrada said, to follow the programs of the new administration, which is for 2 years. And I have committed to Dr. Estrada my full support and commitment to his group for the next 2 years.
Dr. Colin Estrada, president of the National Garifuna Council's Belize City branch, considers the collaboration to be very meaningful and noted that Punta Topia brought visibility to the Garifuna culture.
It is very important to be able to have contributions because in whatever we do, they have a financial cost to it. And also in terms of engaging the young people, we will need to be able to have different activities that have monetary costs that will be able to help them to be able to move forward with the stuff that we have. Creme has been part of the family, so you can't talk about Belize City without talking about Creme. So it is one of the great contributions, again, in terms of dealing with Garifuna, Creme, and the organization.
And I'm sure you hope for continued partnership.
He has already, Mr. Mike has already said that how he is willing and able to continue with us.
While today's story is about the Punta Topia collaboration, we took Hyde back to Punta Topia night for a recollection of the night vibes that saw people not wanting to leave.
I was surprised by the overwhelming support of the people. In fact, we had scheduled the event to wrap up at 12, giving people enough time to go home and recoup and return to work the following day. Man, we got burnt out for that, Marisol. People never want to leave. They want to know where they're going with why we can't go to 1 o'clock. So this year, we promise that we will push the event to 1 o'clock.
Start earlier?
Well, 8 o'clock is a good start. Why? The newscast in the evening wraps up at 7, gives people a chance to, get themselves together and then come home. So 8 o'clock was well thought up, well thought through for a start time for the event.
The nice Garifuna food.
It was a collaboration between myself and Mr. Raphael. We both went and discussed the food court with several caterers, and we came up with that selection at the end.
Hyde also announced that this is just the beginning and Cremandala is re-entering back into entertainment with strong support from sponsors.
Now, 2026, it's going to be a re-entry of Cremandala back into entertainment. And we have already secured different DJs going from now through to December 31st. To ushering New Year's Eve 2027. The brainchild of Mose again, what we did with the artists who were a part of last year's initiative, we've kind of contracted them for the next 2 years.
Wow.
So we'll have the same lineup, so our customers can look forward to that, and we will be definitely adding some more vibrancy to it. And I want to give kudos to our sponsors who have informed me that this year they are going to continue that partnership. I want to make special mention to the Belize Airport Authority. I want to make special mention to the Belize Civic Center. I also want to make special mention to Madisco, to the Boeing Group of companies, also to the Drea feeding program. Drea is also instrumental behind the scene along with me dealing with logistics, and Reggae Dutch, who has committed to around 12 events for this year, partnering with us. Wow. So 2026 is going to be a bang.
Dara Robinson expressed a huge thank you to all individuals and partners who helped make the event possible.
I always grateful for being part, Rabbit Hole and Reggae Dutch, with me, with Creme, to give back to the community, and we all meet and myself and here go on this the way we are doing, understand? We not just want to go to the promotion, make our money and give back to organization, understand? And that's why I stand for and live for, so I'm happy to be a part of it.
Reporting for Creme News XTV, I'm Alexa Belanda.
Other sponsors for Cremandala 2026 events are Grand Resort and Residences near Hallover Bridge and Ella's Cool Spot in Hopkins Village. After the break, Bay Vista man charged with Independence New Year's Eve murder. Stay tuned.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key. Use the Smart app or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Remember, not all light bulbs are created equal. Our lighting department offers a wide assortment of light fixtures and accessories to suit your style. So stop in today and get the right illumination for your homecation. And don't forget your B-Box when you make a purchase. Benny's, quality and savings.
Chilekale pitani wahale bungi buago. Chilekale pitani wahale wabure me buago. Lupidi agu you. Habiga pali fara ya ubo wago. Lagoro bunyadi bu. Lagoro bunyadi bu. Wabure me.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Still like one dream, because I say at the age of 63, I can say I own my own house. I can honestly say, and it get me weak. Before this, I was living on the mobile home, right? And then after a while, it started to go in and start to lock up and things.
1, 2, 3.
Actually, I may give up. I used to cry and like time I said, Lord, please. And there comes Miss Mar. And they always say, if you're not serious about something, don't pray for it. Don't pray about it. And I ask my God, please lead the Good Samaritan to me.
The housing program of the government of Belize, which is administered through the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, is definitely, without question, one of the best programs our government has to offer, providing an opportunity for Belizeans who are in need to own their own home. And so I'm very, very happy for Ms. Beverly Harris and her family. She has been asking for support and help with her home for a long time. And I'm very, very glad that with the kind support of the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, that we were able to get this done for her.
I'm thankful. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give 20. I love it. I love it.
Police have arrested and charged 21-year-old Santos Chirinos of Bella Vista, Toledo, with murder in connection to the New Year's Eve fatal shooting in Independence Stand Creek. In that incident, 39-year-old Keith Logan and 6 others were injured. Logan eventually succumbed to his injuries. ASP Stacy Smith said that Chirinos received additional charges for escaping from police custody. Additional charges are also expected for the injuries received by the other 6 individuals. ASP Smith said it is believed that the incident may be drug-related.
As a result of the investigation into the murder of 39-year-old Keith Logan and the injury of 6 other persons, which occurred on December 31st, 2025 in Independence Village, police have formally arrested and charged 21-year-old Santos Absalon Chirinos, a Belizean construction worker of Bella Vista Village, for the crime of murder. Chirinos was additionally charged for the offense of escape from lawful custody. Though Chirinos turned himself into police initially, given that a wanted person poster was out for him, though Mr. Chirinos, in the company of his attorney, had turned himself into police after being informed that he was under arrest for the offense of murder Mr. Chirinos shoved his attorney out of the way and bolted from the Independence Police Station. This information was immediately communicated. Mr. Chirinos was pursued. An area was cordoned off, and after a search, Mr. Chirinos was located on the veranda of an unoccupied property. Additional charges are expected to be levied against Chirinos in relation to the other persons that were injured in the December 31st incident.
An 8-year-old boy from Hopkins Village is recovering at home after being knocked down by a motorcycle earlier this week. The incident occurred on Tuesday afternoon when Jazari Benedict was playing with other children in front of his school. The child's mother said the injuries were severe and nearly cost her son the ability to walk again. He's now recovering at home. Police have since charged the motorcycle driver, Kian Janelle Martinez, with negligent grievous harm, driving a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, using a motor vehicle not covered by third-party risk insurance, and driving a motor vehicle without due care and attention. Meanwhile, the family is appealing for assistance to help cover medical expenses related to the child's treatment. Persons wishing to offer support can contact the child's mother at 653-3748. A group of volunteers called the Nehem Skilled Volunteers, with a membership of 11 men and 2 women, have been assisting with the rebuilding efforts in Jamaica, which is still trying to recover after being hit by Hurricane Melissa on October 28 last year. The group is faith-based and operates under the Belize Union Mission of Seventh-day Adventists and the Inter-American Division, and is inspired by the work of Nehemiah, who, according to the Bible, led the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls. Pastor David Campbell, who is leading the group, said they are now raising funds to return to Jamaica in February.
About a month ago, we were in Jamaica. We went there to assist those in Jamaica who has gone through that terrible hurricane that devastated part of Jamaica. And we actually built 15 homes in 9 days. And seeing the work that we did while we were in Jamaica, they request us going back to Jamaica, and we are planning of going there at the end of February. So what we are doing right now, we are out trying to ask for assistance, donation to help us, because when we went, we had was to find our own plane fare, and the building material, also the money that was donated to us. So what we are doing now, we are trying to get these beautiful shirts. You know, we're trying to sell these shirts so that we can get enough money to pay for our plane fare and also to get enough money to buy material. So these shirts are going for $50. Okay. How can you get them? All right, there's a number that you will see come up on the screen. You can call that number, or if you want to donate towards this group or towards the Jamaican recovery, we have the Belize Union of SDA. This is the account number, 134785012112000. This is Belize Bank. So you can donate, and it will help someone, you know, because they're over, the area that we went in is a place they call Westmoreland, between Montego Bay and Westmoreland, and there are over 2,935 homes that were partially destroyed or totally destroyed. We only reached 15 of them, and we know there are other groups that are there, but they want us to go back to see how many more we can build. So with your contribution, whether in buying a t-shirt, purchasing a t-shirt, or your donation, it will help somebody to be comfortable.
Wilhelm Garnett Sr., who is one of the volunteers, spoke of the situation in Jamaica and urged Belizeans to donate to the initiative, cautioning that our turn may soon come.
Basically in Jamaica, it's just walking into a rubble, into just a messy place, all demolished. It's very heartbreaking to see the pieces that is left for these people to restore themselves back. Actually, the work there in Jamaica for us is kind of difficult because getting material, for one, is kind of a little difficult. You have to travel every time to any work area for 2.5-3 hours drive. while getting there, there's no electricity, no water, no toilet if you speak. So it's holding your bowels and doing everything you can to continue to do the work. And we have to work in condition whether it's messy, rain, whatever the condition is. It's really bad condition. But we work tirelessly from anywhere from 4 in the morning. We are up until midnight. We are still up and running in Jamaica to try to get these people their life back. For one, I always, my heart will go to see children that are just left out there with nothing. So that's one of the zeal that we kind of put in our heart to continue to work. Getting material again has always been a difficulty because the hardware store in Jamaica is not like the one we have in Belize. It's a walk in and getting a piece of material through the burglar doors, and it takes a lot of time. But for some reason we had this team, and I called them the puzzle team. If one piece drops out, we cannot function. So we were all very vital with each other in the way we worked, and so we could have accomplished to build these homes. Whether some of the homes we had to actually break them down because they're already rotted out and we can't stand on a rotted house, so we have to break them and start from scratch, which we did. And for some it was just replacement of roof. And I need to advise this. First we thought we were going to build small houses. We end up building houses anywhere from 23 feet in circumference. So it's a lot of work. We get the job done, and by God's grace, we want to go back because there's a lot of hurting in Jamaica, like I said before. For me, I believe that if we could get more people on board, it would be a much easier way for us to really help these people in Jamaica. I mean, it could be a return some days.
And it's the beginning of the year, and for many that means a good purging of the body. No matter which method is recommended for many Belizeans, purging means detoxing following the holiday season when many not so healthy food options are usually in abundance. But is purging as healthy as we think it is? We asked Ministry of Health nutritionist Robin Daly to weigh in.
Some people would argue with me, so I think it's something debatable. It depends on who you're speaking to, because herbalists strongly believe in those things. As a nutritionist, I would encourage more natural detox. I do believe that you do need to flush out toxins, and one way to flush out toxins would be having a lot of water. So increasing water intake is very important, and even infusing water. So adding cucumber, lemon, things like that to your water. Those are ways also to kind of give your body a natural flush or a natural detox. I personally don't believe in having those clean out methods that make you be on the toilet all day. Other people would argue and say your body needs that. But I believe that once you're eating clean, your body will get rid of waste and toxins on its own. So having all that processed food out, having a lot of water, you need to drink a lot of water. Many of us don't drink a lot of water. We would more have coffee, tea, other fluids through the day, but literally just have a lot of water. I would say about 1 liter for the day. You will be on the bathroom a lot peeing, but that's fine. It's part of the detoxing method, and natural detoxes are what I would recommend. So things like lemon, also you have things like turmeric, different things that garlic related foods, things that that are natural plant-based and won't have any rigid reactions from the body, because I don't believe in the being on the toilet all day kind of way as a detox. That can have its own consequences, health consequences. So I'm very careful to recommend those to people. But lemon water, different fruit-based waters.
Daly also encouraged individuals to be more active and to get lots of fresh air.
When you're in this method or in this phase of getting detox and starting right, you need to be active as well. You need to make sure you're connecting with nature, you're being physically active, you're outside, you're getting some sunlight. All of this helps as well with your wellness plan and your starting of detoxing. So being more at one with nature. I mean, as you know, during the holidays, we tend to lock up a lot. And we're indoors a lot, and we're eating and not moving as much. Some people dance, but it's mostly drinking and eating and socializing. You're very sedentary. So now is a good time to get that fresh air in. Make sure you're outside, you're active, you're walking, you're doing things that also promote that plan or that way of being.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.